Did you have your knee
What?
Did you have your knee surgery?
I have it.
Oh, your knee replacement. Did you have your
Oh, no, not yet, not yet.
One way over to
Yeah, but I don't get it right.
I can't take it unless I try.
I know they asked me about It's funny though, I know you personally. I like we will start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may proceed with the agenda, please.
The first item on today's agenda, this evening's agenda, are the warrants and claims which have been audited.
and are put before you for approval by the board and the authorization to let the village clerk treasurer make the payments. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, trustee Santoro.
Second?
Thank you, trustee Delsecki. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Nigro?
Yes.
Trustee DiMattei?
Yes.
Trustee DiBartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Delsecki?
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi?
Yes.
Next items are the budget transfer. This is part of our transfer to capital projects for the fiscal year 2023 projects that we've been working on here at the village. And do I have a motion to approve the transfer?
I move to approve the budget transfer.
Thank you, trustee Nigro.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Santoro. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Nigro?
Yes.
Trustee DiMattei?
Yes.
Trustee DiBartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Delsecki?
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi?
Yes.
The next item on the agenda are the prior meeting minutes. This is from the October 23rd, 2023 meeting. I would ask that the resolution be moved to accept them as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, trustee Santoro.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Walsh. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Nigro?
Yes.
Trustee DiMattei?
Yes.
Trustee DiBartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Delsecki?
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi?
Yes.
The next item is a proposal, a fence proposal. There is a fence at the end of 15th Street that helps protect the sump area or the outfall of the drainage area at 15th Street. It was damaged by a falling tree. We have two proposals, one from North Shore Fence, one from Williams Fence, and the North Shore Fence is the lesser of the two proposals. It's for a amount not to exceed $1,095. And do I have a motion to accept the proposal from North Shore Fence?
I make a motion.
Thank you, trustee DiBartolomeo.
Second that motion.
Thank you, trustee DiMattei. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Nigro?
Yes.
Trustee DiMattei?
Yes.
Trustee DiBartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Delsecki?
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi?
Yes.
The next item, we need a resolution to approve a proposal from Acoustic Block. This is to install acoustic fence around the pickleball courts at West Harbor Beach. It's for an amount not to exceed $9,281.20. For the record, Acoustic Block is a sole source provider for this project, product. So they are the one and only provider for this product.
Question. That's around the entire court or just?
Just the south side, just the
One side.
that goes parallel to West Harbor Drive.
Thank you.
Will that drastically reduce the noise in the area?
It will drastically reduce the noise, yes. It's designed to absorb the sound of the paddle medium floor, yes.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, trustee Kinsler.
Second?
Thank you, trustee Delsecki. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Nigro?
Yes.
Trustee DiMattei?
Yes.
Trustee DiBartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Delsecki?
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi?
Yes.
The next item on the agenda involves two proposals, one from Rio Supply. Rio Supply is the water meter reading hardware and software that we use. It is reaching end of life in June of 2024, so built-in obsolescence. So we have no choice, as again, they are a sole source provider of this software. The software we use is software compatible with our meters, and this will bring us to a cloud-based software, which will actually provide us with benefits in terms of reporting and in terms of meter reading. So the price and for that is initially 1 year, $24,794, a year two cost of $6,848, and it breaks out as $3,000 for support, $3,848 for 2,600 accounts at $1.48 per account. Now, to go along with that, we're going to need include there a resolution to approve a proposal from Springbrook, again, our software company, for our billing software for professional service to program existing billing software to be compatible with the Neptune upgrade. So the two go hand in hand, and the cost for that is $1,760. So unless there's any questions about the need to do this upgrade and the need for both forms of software upgrades, I'd ask for a resolution to that would include approval of both the Rio proposal and the Twin Brook proposal.
I'll make that resolution to upgrade the system.
Thank you, Trustee. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Nigro?
Yes.
Trustee DiNatale?
Yes.
Trustee DeBartolome? Yes. Trustee Falsecchi?
Yes.
Mayor Minnikoski?
Yes.
The next item on the agenda is a request from the library for the Village of Bayville as landlord to accept a proposal from Safeway Fire and Protection Company for the village to pay the cost of annual fire alarm testing, inspection and maintenance plus central station monitoring for an annual cost of $3,500. Now, it's my understanding that we would sign the agreement as the landlord, and that the cost of the $3,500 annual will be split between the Village of Bayville and the Bayville Library.
That is correct.
$1,750 a piece each year. And I sent an email to Ashley, the librarian today, explaining that June 1st of each year, they'd be asked for their rent payment and their portion of this cost. And she agreed to that. If this is approved by the village for you as mayor to execute the contract.
I make a motion.
Thank you, Trustee DeBartolome. I'm sorry. Thank you, Trustee Falsecchi. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Nigro?
Yes.
Trustee DiNatale?
Yes.
Trustee DeBartolome?
Yes.
Trustee Falsecchi?
Yes.
Mayor Minnikoski?
Yes.
Now, the next item is a road repair request, and it's to be presented by the residents from Pine Howard. Who do I have representing Pine Howard? If you could please come to the front. Okay. You are Mr. Tim Wilson?
That's correct.
Okay, and you're representing the Pine Howard Road?
Yes.
Okay, and you have submitted a petition that covers 51% of the individuals or the homeowners.
It does.
And you're going to explain to the board what it is you're proposing and the costs and who you've gotten proposals from.
Sure. So, we're proposing to dig down 1 to 3 inches on the gutters of both roads, both sides of the road to improve drainage, and then relay pebbles over that. The road hasn't had pebbles since, I think, 2014 or 2015, and over the course of a couple generations, it's just built up, and now it's effectively concrete. We will also fix the beginning of the road, which is Belgian block, and that'll be repainted and re-cemented. Basically just the road improvement. The costs, our lowest bid was American Paving, $12,005. That's far and away our lowest. We also had a few others. Tony and Nick Masonry, John McGowan and Son, and Hoteen Brothers.
How many homeowners are not in favor of it?
Currently, there are 4, 16, I should say more like 6, but they did not vote no. We have 16 out of 22 that said yes, and the petitions are on file. There was one member who would say yes, but he's not in good standing. And then there were probably, I'd say there were 3 no's and a couple of summer people who just didn't return their petition. But it's 16 out of 22.
So anything else you need to advise the board of? Yeah, what's going to be the cost per share per home?
I gotta do the math real quick. That's why I didn't do that, I'm sorry. It's 12,005 divided by 22.
Okay. And,
I think it comes out to like $500-600 an average.
and you do understand that until such time as any of the recalcitrants are assessed, that those homeowners that do want the work done would have to cover
Yes.
their portion.
Yes.
Okay. And at this point, if the board so chooses, we can turn this over to the building inspector to perform the necessary inspection and recommendation, hopefully to have that prepared by the December 18th meeting, at which point you can review his report, and then we can go ahead and start scheduling the meeting. Again, there's 3 hearings that have to be held for this process.
Understood.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Okay? So,
Do I make a motion?
I'll make a
I make a
motion.
motion for that.
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee DeBartolomeo, and thank you, trustee Nygaard. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Nygaard?
Yes.
Trustee McFallon?
Yes.
Trustee DeBartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Malfetti?
Yes.
Mayor Milicozzi?
Yes.
Okay, we'll start our.
Thank you very much,
and
Board.
then
Good luck.
I would
Is
say,
this for us, or?
no, that's fine. Well, for us, I should say.
Yes.
Then, the December 18th meeting, we'll be in touch before then, okay?
Okay, so December 18th, next time I should be here.
That's what you should like.
See you then. Thank you.
Okay, so at this time, Mayor, that's all the business before the board. We can get some presentations and whatever else you'd like to
Yes,
address.
I just want to go over a couple of dates quickly. Number one, I would like to thank trustee Santoro for the wonderful job he did on the dog festival. I know the weather didn't cooperate so much, but it was still very well attended. I know you put a lot of work into it, and I think you did a very nice job. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone who did come and support it, show up in the horrible weather.
The Chamber of Commerce has their Christmas tree lighting on Saturday night, December 2nd, from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Commons. Hopefully, we'll see everybody there. The 4 p.m., 4 to 6 p.m., right? Do I have that right?
I don't have their flyer
No,
here,
we
but
have
let's,
requested.
yeah.
It was on the flyer, 4 to 6 p.m. We are having our first, and hopefully is our first annual holiday party that our Recreation Committee is chairing, trustee Bartolomeo, on December 16th from 10 to 3 p.m. at the Community Center. And it should be a wonderful event. I think we have 20 some odd.
20 vendors are already signed up.
Great. And then lastly, a topic that nobody wants to hear, including myself. The bridge is tentatively closing, full closure on January 2nd for 35 days. We will update you as it gets closer that that is the official day. I did speak with the project foreman this morning, and January 2nd is the target date. January 2nd, for 35 days, but we will send out e-blasts and other notifications to let everybody know.
We sound.
Yes, very true. And that's all I have for announcements, and I believe Bob Weinstein.
Yes, we have Mr. Whiteson in the audience.
I don't know that date.
We're getting on to another topic that no one wants to hear about. Insurance for those. The reason I was asked to come speak tonight was in reference to Bayville being a CRS community, meaning that for the most part that Doug and the building department is the liaison for FEMA and the National Flood Program here in the village. And with that, he takes extra classes and learns as much as he possibly can about flood, how it affects insurance, how it affects buildings within the village. And one of the things I wanted to particularly mention is like, for instance, after a heavy storm, and we get all the we get all the water into Bayville Avenue, whether it's coming out of coming from the actual tide water, or whether it's coming from rain, from the rain, just coming into the people's houses, and then people are using hoses to get into Bayville Avenue, onto Bayville Avenue. And one of the things that I think Doug would like to also make note of is that there's different things that every homeowner can do down there to make it a little bit better for everybody, for their neighbors, for their street, and for the rest of Bayville. A lot of times, all that water that's coming out of the hoses, that's just going right into the village drains. So, so with that, I think it should be noted that there are different things that could be put in place when someone is remodeling their home And that could be filling in the lowest level, as well as putting in flood different things within within a home, like putting in filling in the basements. Where else do I have? Is one of the things I wanted to take note of is French drains that most people do have down there, but not as many as you think. And also with that, besides it affecting the roads, it also affects the homeowners associations, because the homeowners associations technically are in charge of their roads. And a lot of times I think personally that they look to the village to take care of their roads and their streets after a storm, when in reality it's actually the homeowners association that is probably responsible for that. So there's a lot of different things that can be done, whether it's in the course of construction or and prior to construction, that when they do speak to the building department, that there are different measures that can be put into place, whether they're bringing their machinery and bringing their equipment up from the basement, maybe raising it to the top of the basement, or bringing it to the first floor. We've also seen there are some homes, I think, in Bayville on the other side, on the east side of Bayville, that actually have their mechanics on the second floor. So there are definitely different precautions that can be taken before the actual storm actually hits. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Unnecessary evil that hopefully none of us have to use for insurance. We have our scouts here, Bill. We have a presentation from our scouts.
Good evening, everybody. We are Boy Scout Troop 176, and over the past couple summers, we have been participating in oyster cage cleaning at West Harbor Beach to help clean the waters. And every Saturday, we would go down and we would just clean cages, and overall just participate in a great program, help clean our town. And for the Boy Scouts, I have 4 other boys that are going to present our results.
Thank you.
Unit. Our first fact, our oysters experienced 550% growth this summer. When we started on July 8th, they had an average size of 9.25 millimeters. At the end of the summer, they have grown to an average of 52.85 millimeters on September 16th.
There was an upward trend of growth throughout the summer, and even through our measurement on August 5th was lower than the previous week.
The reason for this difference is that we use random sampling to measure. We randomly choose 20 oysters to measure every 2 weeks. We must have randomly chosen smaller oysters on August 5th, which caused our average to be low. Oysters are one of nature's filters, and oyster reefs are successful at removing nitrogen from our water. Also joining us, we have our Girl Scout Troop 35 to present their results also.
Good evening. There was a steady oyster growth during the 2023 season. The average growth ranged from 9.88 millimeters to 52.3 millimeters. These oysters experienced over 500% growth.
The red line is the trend line and shows the upward growth trend. Continuing to raise oysters and release them into the oyster sanctuary will help us to preserve oysters to our water.
These create reefs that are habitat for other species like pufferfish, seahorses, and juvenile fish species. Oysters filter the water and can act as a natural bioextractor. This is an organism that occurs in nature and can filter pollutants out of the water. Oysters extract excess nutrients like nitrogen. In Bayville, we have nitrogen pollution from old cesspools and septic tanks, especially from our houses located close to the shoreline.
And last but not least, to present the results, we have True 176 Cub Scouts.
Thank Village Board and the Oyster Bay Cold Spring Harbor Protection Committee. Our oysters grew the most from July to August. Our oysters grew to an average of 55 millimeters. Our oysters grew bigger than the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. Oysters make our lives. My favorite part of the oyster gardening was getting in the water to take care of cages.
Thank you.
I think they forgot to say one thing. Oysters taste good. If you feed them nitrogen.
Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
I also want to say thank you. Rob Crappa is here today. Rob is the coordinator for the Oyster Bay Cold Spring Harbor Protection Committee and makes it all possible. So I want to say thank you to him.
Well done.
Yes, thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening with our large crowd?
Anyone want to say something about the oysters?
Hello, Rob, how are you?
How you doing, man?
Thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you.
So does this continue through the winter, or is it finished now?
We're finished. What's that? That's what we're talking about now. He's grabbing the other side. Yeah. No, but we're done. We're done until the spring. One of the things we can talk about, though, some people talked about potentially putting a sign that explains to people what's going on.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We have that designed. We can show you drafts of that. Yeah, very similar to the one on Laurel
I
Hollow.
took a picture of it when I was there.
Yeah.
Show it to you too. Yeah, that'd be great.
I can't thank you. Obviously, you know the residents here are really well connected to the water, and they're absolutely totally engaged in this. Everyone from Maria and who works in the village is just super supportive. Those are our best folks to be working with. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Was there anything else that wished to speak this evening?
There's nothing else?
They're forcing you. Let's go further. Barbara Capona, 246, Bayville Avenue. Did anything happen at the conference with 18? Did she
That's a question for you.
Oh. 18 years later.
Yeah.
I don't know, I would have to check with the prosecutor, I don't prosecute those cases. We'd have to check with them.
And there's no court in December, right?
There might not be.
No, there is in January.
So it'll be January when that comes up.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, there's nothing else, I will ask for
I
a,
make a motion.
to close the meeting. At 6:59, thank you, trustee Bartolome. Second, thank you, trustee Donzetti. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Negro?
Yes.
Trustee Natale?
Yes.
Trustee Bartolome?
Yes.
Trustee Donzetti?
Yes.
Mayor Nichols?
Yes.
That's what I thought you said.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Bob and I and then we'll be there.
Last week, so we could still have a little bit of time.